Welcome to White Line Fever Kicks, and we are in Salt Lake City. I think that's where we are. And I've got Spencer Leniu here from the Roosters, and we're at a high school where he's just been belted on the tackle pads with rugby union rucking. You'd be hoping the Roosters don't see that footage.
Yeah, probably not. They'll be a bit nervous, on their toes seeing the footage. But yeah, obviously I heard that this is the pinnacle of rugby league here in America, and obviously a lot of Pacifica boys here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to working with the boys and spreading my love for the game of rugby league.
Now, when I was a kid growing up in Australia, going to America was like such a big deal and it's so exciting. And sometimes I meet kids now and they're not excited to travel. They just sort of shrug their shoulders. How's this trip been for you?
Yeah, really exciting. Never in a million years would I have thought that the game of rugby league will come here to America. And growing up, the dream was always to play rugby league, and usually that dream is based in 3 countries, in Australia, New Zealand, and England. And now we have the opportunity to bring the game to America in Las Vegas and kick off our campaign in Vegas. And yeah, obviously really exciting times. What
surprised you? Because you might have been to Vegas before, I don't know, but on this trip you would have had some preconceptions about what it'd be like and the reaction you get from people. What's been different to your expectations?
Yeah, honestly, I think there's just a lot more than what I was expecting in the lights and the casinos and all that kind of stuff. And it just seems like everyone's happy here. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to coming here and putting on the show in March 2nd. And yeah.
Mate, rugby league's been played since 1895. You're lucky enough to come along at a time when Samoa make a World Cup final at Old Trafford, and then you get to play at Vegas. And there's 5 generations of rugby league players who couldn't have dreamt of that. I mean, you can see the world now playing rugby league, can't you?
Yeah, for sure. When I was a young kid, I would never have thought that I'd be travelling around the country, doing what I love. And I've been fortunate enough that, like you said, I've been to the World Cup and getting to play in stadiums like Old Trafford and Allegiant Stadium now. So yeah, I'm obviously really grateful for the opportunities that I've been given, but all those opportunities wouldn't have been there without hard work and the sacrifices of my family. And obviously I'm a massive believer in God, and without him I wouldn't be here.
Man, a lot of these kids here, they don't know anything about rugby league. They don't know how many players are on a team, but they know you because of Toa Samoa. The reach that team has had in the what's the word, diaspora, the worldwide community, it's really given people an identity, hasn't it? And these kids know you more than they even know the sport you play.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, obviously, when you're Samoan, you're Samoan, no matter where you live in the country. And everyone's aware of how small our country is, and when you see fellow Samoans, hit the heights of, the pinnacle of their sports, and whatever it is that Samoans are doing, we all get behind each other and support each other, because you don't really see Samoan up there in sport. And like I said, in the World Cup, that was the first time that Samoa ever made it to the semi-final, let alone the grand final. So obviously we got a really good reception from that grand final, and yeah, I didn't really know there was too many Samoans here in America, and look, yeah, I'm just really grateful to represent Samoa, and yeah.
Now, one of the great things that they're promoting into Americans is how tough the sport is, how physical it is. And I even saw at the press conference yesterday they use the word dangerous. So it's great that it's dangerous. Yet, I don't know if you're aware, but in England they've just sort of they've lowered the tackle height, limiting the number of games that people can play. So they're going really sort of worried about litigation and stuff in rugby league, as rugby union in England as well at community level. And I just wonder, what do you think the future holds? Like, do you think the game will continue to get safer because of concussions, or do you think that in Australia they might go their own way and it might be a little bit more sort of loose and fancy free? Like, where do you see the sport going because of all the concerns about concussion?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Obviously, the topic of concussion in the last 5 years has been like a real big talking point, and so it should. The effects of playing rugby league is you're at a high risk of concussion, and for me, the contact, the physicality is what drew me to the sport. So I wouldn't want to see anything less than a really physical game. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what it's going to look like in the next year, in the following years. But for me personally, I hope that the game stays the way it is, because this is what we sign up for. And when you sign up for something, you've got to go full throttle, and that's what I'll do when I play rugby league.
If they lowered the tackle height in the NRL and they said you could only play 20 games a year and there was no contact for a month of training, would you see that as just evolution, or would you see that as they shouldn't do it and they should resist it? How would you react to that?
Yeah, that's a really good question as well. But yeah, if they restrict it, it'll be good on my body. Obviously, doing a full year rugby league takes a real big toll on your body. Not even just the concussions, just your body in general. I guess that's why you get paid, pretty good money. And yeah, I don't know. I actually don't really know what to say.
Yeah. It's tough. I think the game might be at a bit of a crossroads at the moment, whether it go that way or that way. Mate, and the other thing is we thought we were going to see you in England at the end of next year, but now we're not, or maybe we are again. You got any insight into what might be happening with Samoa, who they're going to be playing in October, November?
Yeah, with the Samoan games, you don't really know until after the season, because you're so worried about... You're so worried and dialed into the NRL season, and there's a lot of stresses and a lot of hard work that goes into that season. So thinking beyond that is not really in your thought process. And but whenever that time comes, it's a really exciting time. And yeah, I heard there's rumours that we're going to be doing a campaign there next year in England, but I'm not too sure if I'll take place in that, because I just proposed to my missus a couple of weeks ago. So
congratulations!
So I'll be.
When's the wedding?
Yeah, I'll be doing the wedding probably sometime during that time where the campaign will be on. So yeah.
Congratulations on that. One more thing, mate. There's 4 players on this trip. It's not a footy trip, so when you're on a footy trip, they watch what you eat. The sort of the buses at a certain time, and it's very strict. So is it different being on a trip where other people are like not footy players, and you may be, it's a bit looser. You can eat what you want. No one's watching you. Is it a bit different?
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously, lucky for me, I'm in off season now, so I'm not due back to training till the 2nd of January. So I've been indulging into all the foods of Vegas. I've been trying to stay away from the casinos as much as I can. But every time I turn the corner, there's another one. So it's been hard, but it's obviously a really good time, a really good opportunity for me to come here and spread the love of the game, and just spread the knowledge of rugby league, because it's such an exciting sport. It's such a good sport to watch, and I'm sure the kids of America would love to play it. So yeah. Just
2 more questions. Panthers to Roosters. Have you noticed? You haven't been there yet. You probably just got the gear. That's it, right? But is there a culture? Is it a different culture a little bit? Is it a different vibe around it, or not?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be different. It'll definitely be a different culture, but they're such a successful club, and I know what it takes to be in a successful organisation, and that takes culture and hard work. And if you've got those two traits, which I think the Roosters do have, which is why I signed there, we'll go a long way in trying to be contenders into winning the NRL premiership.
Hey, one more, slightly newsy, and I'll let you go. State of origin, obviously you love playing for the Blues. If there's a Kiwi or an Englishman next to you because he's bored up in New South Wales, is that sweet, or what do you think?
Sorry, ask that question.
We know that the eligibility, they might let Kiwis and English players who were brought up in New South Wales, because they're not allowed to play at the moment. There's talk that they might be able to play in future. Would the players be sweet with that, do you think?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think the state of origin is such an entertaining period of the game, and I don't think it'll do it any. I don't think it'll be bad if those English boys and the New Zealander boys,
because they are New South Wales Welshmen. They have to, same as you. They lived there before they're 13, right? So
yeah, for sure. So having those boys in the game will just make it a bit better, and it'll be more of an exciting period of game.
Man, I'm really sorry to finish with a curly one. Enjoy your flight home tonight. It's a long flight, and we'll see you back here in March.
Yep, appreciate it.